In front of me, I've got the pointing MinePoynt antennas. These are some of the most successful antennas ever used underground in mines and in tunnels. They're Wi-Fi antennas for 2.4 gigahertz operation, and they give you around about 1 kilometer of communication down a tunnel for the big guy here, and most probably about half a kilometer or a bit less for the smaller one that we've got here. They use unique patented technology that was actually invented by a university about 16 years ago, giving you much better communication than you can get with conventional antennas. The MinePoynt antennas have got a very interesting history. They were actually developed almost 16 years ago as a research project at Wits University, where people were looking at propagation underground. A lot of computer simulations were developed to simulate signals going underground, and we discovered an extremely important thing, which is that circularly polarized waves propagate a lot better underground when compared to vertical or horizontal waves, which are normally used on the surface. The reason for this is complicated, but the reflections in circularly polarized waves which come off the walls do not cancel each other like you find for other types of polarization. Second most important thing that we found is that you need high gain, because when you're talking in a tunnel, you want to go down in one direction only. You don't want any energy in any other directions, and hence you need high gain, circularly polarized waves, and you can go long distances in tunnels. Now that we knew that circularly polarized and high gain was important, how do you get this? Now, firstly, if you look at this guy, what's inside there is a helix. A well-known antenna, you take a helix, you put a cap on the end, a bit of metal, and you get a circularly polarized wave. The big advantage of a helix compared to other ways of getting circularly polarized is we needed high gain, as I said. Now, there's only two ways to get high gain. Either you need to make a big dish type of antenna, a thing that's got a big area. But the guys in the mine said, look, we pay a lot of money to dig tunnels. You can't obscure them with antennas. That doesn't help us. So we needed an antenna that's flat, that can sit against the side or the roof of a tunnel, not obscure that tunnel, and still get high gain. And the way you get that's what's known as end fire operation. And you can get as high a gain as you wish by taking this guy longer. We've in fact got a bigger brother that's twice the size if you really want to go down very, very long tunnels. And in practice, this is about the one that you use for, like I say, about 1 kilometer of communication. And the smaller one here, you use for the smaller distances. But this also helps me to illustrate the second part of what makes this antenna unique. You need to put this antenna in tunnels. And ultimately, you can't ask people to go put nice, elaborate mounts onto which to mount antennas, because antennas don't like to sit close to other stuff. And what we said is, let's do a simple thing. Let's put a thing around the antenna that protects it. And we carefully worked out this distance here, so you get protection. Nothing that sits this far away from the antenna will affect its operation. So you can take this guy and literally hang it against the side of a rock wall, and it doesn't care that it's sitting next to the wall. If you just used the inside guy, you would have messed it up completely. So this was the mechanical clever part of it, and which is why these antennas look rather big, a little bit like bazookas. But that's the crucial part that allows very, very easy mounting of the antennas. You can hang them. We've put hooks on them, so you can just hang them on cable ties or anything that you can find. We've often hung them in mines on the cables that go overhead, which you find in mines, and all of those configurations work. You don't have to be careful about what you're doing. These antennas, once they're hung, they do their job and they shoot the beams down the tunnel. The specifications of this antenna suit their operation. So the big guy here gives you about 18 dB, just short of 18 dBi of gain. It operates from 2.4 to 2.5 gigahertz. Actually goes from 2.3 to 2.6 if you ever want, but the band is from 2.4 to 2.5. Smaller guy here gives you about 16 dBi of gain and operates over the same frequency band, both of them with extremely low VSWR across the band. So both of them suitable for exactly what we want to do. The reason we can recommend these antennas to everyone is at this stage, for the past 3 years, they've been extensively used in some mines. These include copper mines in Zambia, where they've been used for both telemetry and VoIP communication. VoIP really is Voice over Internet Protocol, where you've got a little phone that's 2.4 gigahertz enabled, in other words, Wi-Fi enabled, and you can get communications via this phone down to about a kilometer if the tunnel is straight. We've also had application of this in gold mines in South Africa, in coal mines in South Africa, and in coal mines in Australia. And literally a few thousand of these antennas have been deployed. I've gone underground myself. That's a rare thing for me to do. And I've actually walked away, and we've got tests where we've done a complete 7-day trial in a coal mine, where you can see that you can walk all the way away from it. And I personally sat about 1 kilometer away from an access point and spoke to a guy on the surface using this telephone. So it actually replaces leaky feeders, which traditionally has been used for the voice communication. You can do voice communication using a VoIP-enabled phone, but then you've got full data capability. So you can go underground with iPods, iPads, devices. You can use telemetry underground. In other words, you can measure things. You can download stuff on the web when you're underground and you want to get a circuit diagram to fix something and so forth. And in this way, most of the mines can very quickly prove that there's a business case for using these things underground, and they can recover the cost of such an installation typically within a year to a year and a half, depending on the situation and conditions in which it's employed. So excellent choice, and I think it will make a big difference to mining. It can also, of course, be used in tunnels, where it can be used in road tunnels and train tunnels for communication under those conditions.